Welcome to Hardstyle Kettlebell Pro. I'm Coach Luca and we're here at the Kettlebell Club in Montreal. I'm going to teach you the push press, part of the SFG2 Strong First curriculum. The kettlebell push press is a powerful movement. There's a blend of athleticism. It's both a grind and a ballistic, all in one. It's going to allow you to get a heavy kettlebell overhead, one that you can't strictly press overhead. It's a little more advanced than the military press, so make sure you dial that exercise in. Make sure you're good at the kettlebell clean with one arm. Make sure you have enough overhead mobility, stability, and strength. When you're first learning the push press, make sure it's a practice. So you can include it in your program on the side as a variety. But then when you become good at the technique, start including it in your training. There are many ways to program the push press. You can do it in a kettlebell complex or as a standalone exercise or as just a practice. But regardless, I do recommend that you try this exercise. It's going to help you generate force using your legs and transfer the force overhead. The first step to learning the push press is practicing the long push press, which is also known as a thruster. Let's practice it with one kettlebell. So we clean, and I'm going to use my legs to drive the kettlebell up. I'm going to pull down in a squat, and as I come up, I'm going to drive that kettlebell up overhead. Bring it down using an active negative, and then repeat. Notice that my breath is powerful. I inhale on the way down, and I power breathe on the way up. The push press happens at the very end. You want to avoid pressing too soon or pushing up the weight too soon. That's going to slow down the kettlebell. What you want to do is think of a rocket and driving the weight up with your legs. At the top of the movement, I'm tense everywhere. My glutes, my abs, my legs, my upper body is tense. Here's another acceptable way to bring down the kettlebell. Drop it and come down right away into a squat. Next is try the long push press with two kettlebells. Challenges the whole body, the legs, the upper body, and also the heart rate. Now let's try the push press proper. It's going to be a slight dip and a drive. You may also drop the kettlebell and absorb it with your legs. Notice my power breathing as I drive the bell up. It's very powerful, like a swing. Notice the slight dip in the knee. If you dip too much, you're going to go into a squat, and that's going to slow down the kettlebell. Think of cheating the kettlebell up, but actually it's a push press. At the very top of the movement, make sure you're tense everywhere. Your body's in a plank, like at the top of a snatch or the military press. In the push press, make sure you hit these key points. There must be a distinct pause in the rack after the clean. There must be a distinct knee bend before the drive. There must be a distinct pause at the top in the lockout. Your heels may lift off the floor during the drive. Your heels may not lift off the floor, however, during the drop. You may drop the kettlebell by absorbing it with your rib cage and with an ab brace, or with an active negative. Keep your spine neutral during the movement. Ladies, it is recommended to keep the kettlebells on the outside of their breasts. Let's see the push press with two kettlebells. The abs, the glutes, and the quads must visibly contract at the top of the movement. Some people prefer to use the false grip, although I don't. But using this false grip will make the military press and the push press two distinct exercises. So it's really up to you if you want to use this false grip method or the crush grip as in the military press. Personally, I use the second one, the crush grip. As mentioned, the advantage with using the false grip is separating the two movements. So you have your grinds, your military press, and then your ballistics, your push press exercise, and then also your jerk. So it's really a personal preference whether you want to use either grip. One of my favorite double kettlebell exercises is the Viking push press. It was popularized by Kenneth J in Return of the Kettlebell. Check it out. You begin with a double snatch overhead, drop the bells down, and push them right back up. Here's the double Viking push press. I use a little chalk, making sure the handles stay tight against my hands. We're going to start with a double snatch. Challenging movement. Let's go over the breathing for the push press. Inhale on the way down, active negative. Hold my breath. Exhale to drive the belly. On the other hand, if I drop the bell, the breathing changes. Inhale during the dip. Exhale on the drive. Exhale on the way down to absorb the bell, like this. The exhalation will absorb the shock in the drop. Here's the breathing in the Viking push press. Breathe in at the top, double exhale on the drop and the drive. Apply the same with double kettlebells. I hope you enjoyed the push press and its variations. It's an amazing exercise, athletic, and it'll make you powerful, build muscle, and get stronger. Practice the push press and pressing power to you.